Good morning, everyone. We'll get started. If you can put your videos on, that'll be great. Hi.
Why should we wait a few minutes, or did you want to?
We can get started. We'll get started, and I'll let people in if they join a little bit.
Okay then. So hi everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good start to the new year. So this is a 30-minute power vinyasa class. So I hope you have maybe any water nearby if you need it, or you don't need any props or anything like that, but just have what you need near you. So whether that's like water or a sweat towel. And yeah, you can just go ahead and start off on your mats in child's pose.
We can get started. We'll get started, and I'll let people in if they join a little bit.
Okay then. So hi everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good vibe.
Yeah, hi.
I'm sorry.
You got an echo, right? Yeah, because of the stream. I just turned it off. That's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to start off in child's pose today. So you can go ahead and come onto your mat. So you're going to bring your big toes together. Your knees are going to be apart. And you're just going to go ahead and gently sit back on your feet, stretching your arms forward and bringing your forehead to the mat. So taking about 5 to 10 deep breaths here. Just nicely starting off our practice, getting grounded today. So with each breath, maybe you feel the chest come closer to the mat. Feeling the hips starting to open up and the entire body starting to engage. Just a couple more deep breaths here. And as you take your next breath, staying in the stretch, we're just going to start to warm up the upper body a little bit. You're going to wiggle your hands in towards your the sides of your ears a little bit. So wiggling them in towards the sides of your head, you're going to go ahead and bring your hands together, bending at the elbows and coming into a reverse prayer from here. Fingertips spreading wide, stretching out the triceps for just a moment. Take one more deep breath here. And then as you inhale, you can go ahead and bring those arms back down. Coming onto all fours, we're going to go for some side body stretches from here. So rolling onto one leg, starting off with the right leg, you're going to inhale as you reach your left arm up. Exhale, side bend over to the right side. Gaze can be alongside the ear if that feels good. And as you inhale, you can go ahead and come back onto all fours. We're going for thread the needle from here. You're going to bring that left arm right through the right. Bringing the ear towards the mat, keeping the hips stacked on top of the knees. Couple deep breaths here, breathing into that twist in the spine. And inhale, you can come on up onto all fours. We're gonna go do that on the other side. So this time you're rolling onto your left knee. Inhale, bring the right arm up. Exhale, you side bend over to the left. Gaze can be alongside the ear. Feeling that entire oblique stretching out. And inhale, you can slowly bring that arm back down. We're hooking it through the left again for thread the needle, bringing the ear towards the mat. Hips stay stacked over the knees, and you're using that left arm to press yourself into the ground. Couple deep breaths here. And as you inhale, use that arm to lift yourself back up onto all fours. We'll take cat-cow from here just to warm up the spine. So as you inhale, you drop the belly, lift the gaze as you curl your tailbone up and pull the chest forward. Exhale, you're curling and contracting into the mat. We'll do 4 more of those, inhaling here. And exhale, curl and contract. 3 more. Inhale, feel the heart pull forward here. Exhale, push into the mat. 2 more. Inhaling here. And exhale, curl and contract. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, push into the mat. Amazing job. Our last little warm-up move here today, we're gonna take some hamstring, a little hamstring and ankle mobility. So you're gonna kick the left leg back very gently, and you're just gonna rock back and forth. I'm just gonna move a little bit so that my leg doesn't hit the couch. You're just gonna alternate pushing that foot back, pushing that heel back so that you feel the stretch in the ankle and the hamstring, and then shifting your weight forward back onto the knee. So you can go at your own pace here. Really just warming up the ankle joint and the hamstring. Take a few more here. And as you take your final one, you can bring that leg back down. Last one on the right leg this time. So you're doing the exact same thing, just pushing it back and forth, nice and carefully. Take a couple more. Just really want to get all warmed up. And you can return your legs back to your tabletop position. We're going to start off today in downward facing dog. So hands go a couple inches past the shoulders, feet are up and back, and you're lifting yourself up. Take a few breaths here, just get comfortable in your downward facing dog. So maybe you really focus on bringing that torso towards the hips, stretching out the upper body. And you can even go ahead and alternate pedaling your feet down to the ground, just getting comfortable here for a little bit. And we're going to start off today with some abs and arm moves. So starting off with cheetah crunches, you're going to lift your left leg up towards the sky, keeping those hips straight and square. You're going to inhale here. Exhale as you bring that leg in towards your nose. Knee to nose, you're lifting up through the core and crunching your abs. We're going to do 4 more of those. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhale, knee to nose. Lift up through the core. 3 more. Inhale here. And exhale, crunch the abs. 2 more. Inhaling as you kick it up. Exhale, curl and contract. Last one. And exhale into your cheetah crunch. Bring that leg back down. We're going to do that on the other side. This time, right leg kicks up towards the sky. Hips are straight and square. And as you exhale, you bring the knee to the nose. We'll do 4 more again. Inhaling as you go up. And exhale as you crunch in. 3 more. Really feel the abs squeeze on that crunch. And 2 more. Bring it back as you inhale. And bring it in as you exhale. Last one. And exhale, knee to nose. You're going to stay here in your high plank from here. We're coming into floating tabletop to downward facing dog. So your legs are going to go slightly under. Your knees are going to go right underneath your hips as you pull your core in. Wrists are right underneath the shoulders. You're holding it here as you inhale. And then as you exhale, pike your hips up and back into downward facing dog. We're going to do 3 more of those. Inhaling, pull the abs in. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale into that floating tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. And last one. Really feel the abs and the arms engage here. And exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing job. Take a nice big inhale here through your nose. And exhale, let it go through the mouth. Drop to your knees from here. We're not quite done with the abs and arms yet. We're going for sunbird crunches from here. So going for an alternating crunch. You're gonna keep your left arm down towards the mat, reaching your right arm forward and your left leg back. So we have alternating, out of breath. We have opposite arms and legs here. So your arm and leg is in one straight line. You inhale here, exhale, crunch. We're gonna do that 5 times. Inhale here, exhale, crunch and lift up through your abdominals. 4 more. 3 more. Inhaling here. 2 more. And last one, inhale here. Exhale, crunch. Bring that arm and leg back down. We're going to doing that on the other side. So left arm alongside here. Right foot is lifting up. You inhale here. Exhale, you crunch. 4 more. 3 more. Really pause as you feel that squeeze. 2 more. And last one, crunch. And come back to center. Amazing job. Final few moves here. We're going to go for a forearm plank. Coming down to your forearms, hands can be in a little fist. Your legs are going back. You're engaging the core, engaging the glutes. So make sure you're not sagging down here. You're engaging the core and keeping yourself up. You can, here's a little option here. If you'd like to make this a little bit harder, you're going to lift your left leg off the ground, Just holding here for a couple breaths. And as you exhale, you can drop that leg down. Go ahead and switch sides. If this is too much for you, you can go ahead and just hold the forearm plank. Feel free to choose whatever's working for you. Holding it here. And exhale, bring that leg down. Final move here, side forearm plank. You're rolling onto your right forearm into your side forearm plank. Help using the hand to support you here. Shoulder is right over the elbow and you're lifting up through the oblique. If you can, you're gonna bring that hand up overhead. Just holding it here for a couple breaths. Make sure your chest is nice and open so you're not falling down here. Take one more deep breath here. And exhale, you're gonna go onto the other side. So if you can, you're gonna hook that left arm under and go ahead and roll onto the other side. Exact same thing here. Oblique is lifting you up. Shoulder is over the elbow. And you're reaching that arm up. You can do it. Just a couple more breaths here. And very gently come back onto your forearms. We're gonna take a vinyasa from here. So lift on up into your high plank. Take a nice big inhale here. And then exhale, chaturanga. Lower to your knees if you need to. Inhale into your cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing job. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, let it go through the nose. Come back into a child's pose. Take a little rest here. Big toes together, heels apart. Sit the hips back. Stretch the arms out and bring the forehead to the mat. Watch your breath here. Letting the heart rate slow down a little bit. And when you feel ready, you can go ahead and come on up. Coming back to your downward facing dog, nice and slowly. Our next little sequence is going to focus a little bit more on the legs and the lower body. So just take your time here, take a couple breaths in this downward facing dog. Still catching your breath if you need to. I know I definitely am. And when you feel ready, you can go ahead and walk to meet your hands or come on up to the top of the mat, however you need to. Bring your hands to your hips, take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, you're gonna hinge on up, coming up to take a stand from here. We're gonna go into a high lunge from here. So stepping the left leg back, heel is off the ground, hips are squared and facing forward, and you're bending generously into this right leg. Inhale here, reach the arms up, core is nice and strong. You can either hold here for about 10 breaths, or you can give me a little pulse down and up like this. Most of the weight is in your front leg. So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and when you're going to sit and hold in this low lunge, either staying here if you can, or if you'd like, add a twist. Hands come to the heart and you're twisting over that right leg. Core is nice and strong, spine is nice and long. Holding it here just for a few more breaths. And if you're in that twist, you can inhale, come back to center, straighten that leg out. And as you exhale, hands come to the hips. Let's take our intense side stretch pose from here. Heel to the ground. Foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Hips are squared and facing forward. You're going to take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, you're hinging forward from the hips. Two options here. If you're already starting to feel the stretch in the hamstring and you're able to maintain that flat back, you're just going to stay here. Or if you're able to, bring your hands towards the mat and just let your head fold over that leg, nose towards the knee. Catch your breath here. Stretch the hamstring out. And if you had your hands on the mat, go ahead and bring them back to the hips. Take a nice big inhale as you hinge on out. Coming back into your high lunge, bending that front knee. Take a nice big inhale here as you reach the arms up. And exhale, we're going to open to warrior two. Right knee is bending generously. Arms are super active and engaged. Core is nice and strong. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to reverse the warrior. So left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Gaze is towards the sky. Palm is facing towards the ceiling. Feel that stretch in that right side. And as you exhale, you can bring your hand back down. We're coming into goddess pose from here. So heels are in, toes are out. You're going to sink your hips down. You want your hips to be somewhere near the level of your knees. Pressing into the outer edges of the feet. You can hold your hands here at the hips or in prayer. Holding here for a couple seconds. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can add a pulse just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. You're going to come on up from here. Feet are going to come to parallel to the short edges of your mat. Taking a nice big inhale here. We're coming into our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale here. And then exhale, you hinge forward. Hands come towards the mat. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. You may need to play with your stance a little bit. Get the feet a little bit wider so that you can walk your hands right underneath. Elbows right on top of the wrists and letting the crown of the head be heavy. Catching your breath here one more time. And you can start to walk your hands back out. You're going to bring your hands right towards your other foot. Coming to turn yourself to the top of the mat. Be as slow as you need to here. Coming back into your high plank. Take your time here. Once you're on your high plank, we're going to take our vinyasa. So exhale, drop to your knees if you need to for chaturanga. Inhale, lift on up to cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, let it go through the mouth. We're going to go do that on the other side. So you can go ahead and make your way to the top of your mat, however you would like. If you're walking with your hands towards your, if you're walking with your feet towards your hands, bring your hands to your hips. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, hinge on up. And you can come to stand. And we're going to go do that on the other side. So I'm just going to turn so that you'll be able to see me. This time we have our right leg back into your high lunge. Hips are squared facing forward, left knee bends generously. Inhaling here, reaching up through the abdominals. And exhale, either holding here for a couple breaths, or you can give me that pulse again. Just for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And when we're going to hold again in that low lunge, if you can, give me that twist over the left leg. Hands are at prayer. Most of the weight is in your front leg. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, reach the hands back up. Legs come back to neutral. And you're going to bring your hands back down to the hips again. Going back into the high lunge. Coming into warrior 2 again. So inhale, reach up through the arms. And exhale, open up to warrior 2. Left leg spins open this time. Arms are super active and engaged. Take a couple breaths here. Really bending into that left knee. And let's reverse our warrior from here. So right arm down, left arm is up, gaze toward the sky. Feeling the side body stretch out. And inhale, you can come back to center, hands on the hips. We're going for goddess pose one more time. So heels are in, toes are out. You're sinking your hips down, tailbone to the ground, core is nice and engaged. Again, you can feel free to hold here, or you can give me a pulse just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come on out of this. You're going to very gently go ahead and go for that wide-legged forward fold again. Feet are parallel to the short edges of the ground. You're inhaling here. Exhaling, you're going to hinge from the hips, bringing the hands towards the mat. Might have to widen your feet a little bit as you walk your hands right underneath so that your wrists are right under your shoulders and the crown of the head is nice and heavy and long. Catch your breath here. And you can start to walk your hands back out. We're coming back into our vinyasa. So very gently turn your toes towards the short edges of your mat. Bringing your hands towards the left leg. You're going to bring your left leg back, coming into your high plank. And we take our vinyasa from here. So exhale, chaturanga. Lower to your knees if you need to. Inhale, lifting up to cobra. And exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, let it go. We have one more little sequence today before we end our class. So very gently, I want you to make your way to the top of the mat, however you would like. I'm just going to go ahead and turn so that you'll be able to see me. So we're going for dancer's pose from here. So you're going to balance on your right leg, scooping up the inside of the left foot. We're going to want to make sure the thighs staying close to the midline so you're not splaying out like this. Right arm comes forward, fingertips are nice and spread and engaged. You're going to take a nice big inhale here. Then as you exhale, you're gonna lean forward slightly, kicking the back of that foot into the hand. Chest goes forward and up. Holding it here in the stances pose for a couple of breaths. If you lose your balance, just come back into it. Not a big deal at all. And nice and slowly, we're going to come on up back to our neutral position. We're coming into eagle pose from here. So taking that same leg, crossing it over the right thigh. You're sinking your hips back. And I'm losing my balance here. See? No worries. Okay, so sorry about that. You're crossing that thigh over the right one. Hands are going to do the same thing. So they're binding either once or twice, and you're sitting your hips back. Holding it here for a couple breaths. Sinking the hips down, feeling that bind in the feet and the arms. And inhale, you're going to very gently uncross both of them. Inhale, lift on up. And exhale, hands come to the heart. We're going to go do that on the other side. So this time, I'll just turn so that you'll be able to see me. You scoop up the inside of your right foot this time. Hands are out right in front of you. You're very gently going to inhale here. And exhale, you're leaning your weight forward, making sure that leg stays in towards the midline. Kicking the foot back into the arm. Chest is nice and proud. Holding it here. And as you exhale very gently, you're going to come back down to neutral. Coming into eagle pose one more time, crossing that right leg over the left. Arms do the exact same thing, right arm over the left. Binding either once or twice. You're looking right at your hands, squeezing the heart together. Sitting your hips back here. Very powerful pose. Feeling that twist in the legs and the arms, but just holding it here for a couple deep breaths. And as you take your inhale, uncross your arms. Well done. We're going to take a vinyasa from here. So inhale as you reach on up towards the sky. Exhale, you fold forward, fingertips towards the mat. Inhale, taking your halfway lift, keeping that flat back. And exhale, you're going to bring your arms towards the ground, coming into that high plank, taking a nice big inhale here. And exhale, you're going to go for chaturanga. Drop to your knees if you need to. Inhale into your cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, let it go through the mouth. Amazing job. You're going to drop towards your knees from here. We're going to take a little bit of a cool down stretch from here. So come to take a seat, widening your feet. We're going for a wide-legged forward fold from here. So legs are as wide as you would like them to be. You're going to bring your hands right underneath your shoulders and very gently just walk them out. Letting gravity do most of the work here as you come onto your forearms and pull the heart towards the ground. Just letting your upper body fold and relax here. Just feeling your heart rate slow down a little bit. And as you inhale, you can go ahead and come back onto your hands. We're going to take our pigeon pose from here. So very gently closing your legs. I'm just going to turn so that you'll be able to see me. You're going to go ahead and cross your right leg over the left, flexing at the ankle, and you're just going to very gently scoot your hips forward, pressing that knee open and keeping the spine nice and straight until you start to feel the right glute release a little bit. Again, slowing down the breath here. And nice and slowly bring your hips back. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So this time, left ankle over the right, flexing at the foot, pressing the knee open and bringing your hips forward a little bit, keeping the spine nice and tall. Doing that release in the left glute. And you can bring your hips back nice and slowly, uncross your legs, and we'll come into our Shavasana from here. So inhaling as you reach the arms up toward the sky, and exhaling very gently, roll down nice and slowly. And you can bring your hands towards the belly, letting the feet rest on the ground. And you can just let yourself relax here. Maybe opening up the hands to the sky, just letting your breathing slow down. Just giving your body an opportunity to just relax and rest here after all that hard work. Just take a couple moments here, letting the body cool down naturally. And nice and slowly, let's start to deepen our breath a little bit as we start to wake the body back up. So maybe you bring your hands to your belly and just really feel that breath filling up. And start to wake your body back up. Maybe start to move your fingers and your toes a little bit. Maybe just rock your head from side to side very gently. Take a nice big inhale as you reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, maybe you roll onto one side, pausing in the fetal position for a little bit, bringing the ear towards the mat. And very gently, maybe you lift yourself up, coming to take a seat again. So you can come to take a seat however is comfortable for you, whether that's cross-legged or with your legs straight out. And we'll just finish class today with a big breath together, inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead, and exhale, bring your hands towards the heart. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and thank you so much for doing it with me. Namaste once again.
Thank you so much, Giselle.
No problem.
If anybody has any questions, we can take them, or else hope you
Thank you very much.
No problem. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, we did. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.